he starts freaking putting his like thing in me, and I'm like, and is this recording? Oh, here it is. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube. Even though I've disappeared for how many years? Maybe like 3 or 4 years. I don't know. But the last time y'all saw me, I think I was like 16 or something. Now I'm a 20-year-old. Which is crazy. Because I didn't think I was gonna get till 20. But I did it, so... period. So for today's video, I'm gonna tell you about the time I woke up next to a random ass man after the club. So let's get into it. And I just thought I'd spice it up, and I got some crumble. And I thought I'd like rate them as I'm telling you my little weird story of how I woke up to a random ass man laying next to me in my bed. So if y'all wanna know how that happened, let me tell you. And he wasn't even just a random ass man. He was like a 50-year-old man. And I'm still shook that I even did that. And it was Valentine's Day too. So I was lonely. That's probably why. But yeah, whatever. So let's get rated these cookies, and let me start off with the story, basically. Ooh, I got the minis because I don't want to be a fatty. I'm not big. I don't want to freaking get like cookies. I don't want to waste food, basically. I don't want to get the fucking big ass cookies and I'm just not like gonna take a bite and then throw them away after. Like, nah. So I just got the little tiny ones. I also wanted to try multiple ones. I got like the pink sugar, it's like cheesecake one, and this strawberry one. So let's go ahead and start the video. So okay, the first one I'm gonna try is this strawberry one, because this is the one that I've been eyeing since I saw them come out with it. So let's try it. Okay. Oh my god, crumble is really sweet, but I really like it sometimes. That one's pretty good. Solid 9 out of 10, honestly. It delivered. Well, it gave. Not delivered, it gave. But, alright. So let me start off with the story. So, I went to college. I went to a fashion school in downtown LA. And that's where I've been at for the past 2 years, I want to say. Yeah, it's been like 2 years since I've lived there. I recently actually just moved back to the Bay Area. And so I'm back here again. But dude, LA... I was going crazy. I was going to WeHo. My gays, if you know, the ones from LA, you know fucking West Hollywood has like a chokehold, but I don't know. It has a weird energy. I'm just gonna put that out there. It has a weird ass energy. Every time I go there, some shit always happens. Whether there's a fight on every corner, someone getting their freaking phone snatched, just anything is always literally happening there. Oh my god, a car's pulling up. I forgot how embarrassed I am of doing this. Yeah, it's like so embarrassing, like all the shit that be happening there, low-key. But I was a part of it because I would always go to West Hollywood like literally every weekend. Like, oh my god, it's so bad. I would do like benders. Like I would do like 3-day benders, like Friday, no, like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I was going ham. But like basically, if you don't know what West Hollywood is, it's just basically like, well, WeHo is like this like strip on Santa Monica Boulevard of just these gay clubs. There's just a bunch of them, and that's where like a lot of shit be popping. Like you see some influencers, I don't know. I saw a few. I saw Louis, love Louis. I saw Adam too a few times. Super nice, super down to earth people. But I feel like I'm straying away from the conversation. But basically, West Hollywood was just like a bunch of clubs, a bunch of gay clubs. So on Valentine's Day, I forget what day it was, but I think it was a Wednesday, I want to say. Super random day. I just spent the whole day at the Grove buying myself a bunch of shit because I don't have a man. So I was literally just doing some retail therapy that day. And then basically, after that, I was like, well, all my roommates, they're spending it with some a little somebody, and I'm here all alone. So I was like, nah, fuck that shit. So I walk my ass to Ralph's, buy myself a bottle, go to West Hollywood. I get plastered. When I tell you, I get plastered as fuck.
It smells like you had a whole lot more than that.
You want to smell me?
I smell like shit.
Cognac.
Yeah, it smells like
cognac.
It smells like cock.
That's all I could
That's
drink.
what it smells like.
You're gonna
It smells like cognac.
So I buy a vodka bottle because like it's Valentine's Day and I'm alone, so why not? And instead of having a day in, I decide to go to West Hollywood, the gay clubs, which was my first mistake for doing that on Valentine's Day. Because there's probably just gonna be a bunch of horny ass gay bitches at the clubs, which is fine. But so I buy my bottle, take some shots. I think I took one too many shots. Because I was already stumbling in the Uber, getting into my Uber, where my Uber literally asked me if I was okay, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm just chilling, it's just Valentine's Day, I'm just having a good time, being single. And he's like, okay. And so he drops me off. Instantly I had to pee so bad, and there was a line for freaking Beaches that night, and it looked kind of longish, and I was like, oh no, I don't think I can hold this. So I stray away. If you know where Rocco's is another club that is in the corner, and then Beaches is the one that's kind of right next to it. And so basically Rocco's, I get dropped off by Rocco's, so I go to and then I see the big ass line, and I'm like, hell no, I ain't gonna wait and die, I really have to pee. So I go around the corner, I see some bushes, and I do my business in the bushes, because it's like, I was literally about to pee my pants if I didn't go in those bushes. Like, that would have been so embarrassing. So I just pee, do my business. Well, whatever. I do my business in those bushes. And then after, I head to the line in Beaches. So I wait there. Okay, I go in. I wait in the line. Get into Beaches. Blah, blah, blah. Hee-haw. It was fun. And one thing about West Hollywood is you're always going to run into either your friends, like some friends, like your WeHo friends, or like an op or something, or some bitch you just don't fuck with that much. So I ran into one of my, well, I thought was like my WeHo friend, but he's literally crazy. Let's give him a name. Let's call him Marco. So I go into Beaches, I see Marco, and I'm like, oh my god, hey sis, you look so good. And he was with all of his friends too. And he was like, oh my god, Leo, how are you? I haven't seen you in a really long time. Mind you, I go to FITM, which is the fashion school I used to go to, that I graduated from. I go with Marco to that school. So I thought we were like all kiki and like all like friends and whatever. But mind you, he is always talking shit about the people at that school, and like always just being so judgmental over people in the school, and it's just really bad. And he was always skiing like that bitch. I think when I saw him that day, he was so like on that, and you could tell because of his eyes and just the way that he was talking, you could tell. But basically we were kikiing or whatever, blah blah blah. It was fun. We get a drink, kikiing, he leaves, I stay. I think at this point it was probably like 2 a.m. No, not 2 a.m. because that's when it closes. I think at that point it was probably like 1 a.m. So it was like 1 hour till they were gonna close. So I stay, he leaves. If you want to know the story about like why he's a bitch to me, I can tell you that another day, but he's just a bitch. So then he leaves the club and I'm there by myself, and it is around 1 a.m. Okay, so I'm just vibing there by myself again. And then at the corner of my eye, I was really drunk, mind you. So the story's a little bit fuzzy, but this is what I remember. There's just this one guy. I remember he offered to buy me a drink. And of course, I'm never going to say no to a drink. So I let him buy me a drink, right? And so he buys me a drink. I think I got like an Adios, which wasn't the best option for me at the state that I was in. I literally was like, how am I gonna get home? I don't know how I'm gonna get home. But basically, I start, okay, I'm like, okay, I'm really plastered at this point. I'm really crunk. So I decide to leave the club. And I'm starting to head out. And this guy's just like following me right behind me. Mind you, he was a lot older than me. He looked like he was probably like, I said 50, but he's probably like 40 something. And he was just following me. And I was like, because I was like stumbling. I didn't realize I was like stumbling so bad. So maybe I guess he just felt bad. But this is where it got a little interesting. All I remember is when I was walking, he just grabs me and starts taking me into his car. And I was like, oh, and he told me he was gonna give me a ride back. And honestly, do not do this, y'all. I was really drunk, so I just like was like, okay, whatever. But like, honestly, do not do this. Do not just get into some random person's car that you don't really know. If you're gonna like go like do something with a person after the club or do something, just find your own ride there or get an Uber together or something, but just please do not get in someone's car that you do not know. I was not in my right headspace at that point because I was really drunk, like I said many times already. So I was just not thinking about long-term stuff, so I just go. And I forgot about the cookie review, but whatever. I'm too deep into this story right now. And so I get in this car, right? And I tell him where I live. And then all I remember is being in my bed. And then he starts like kissing me. And I just like was kind of like, what the fuck? And so he just started kissing me and kissing me more and more. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're doing this. But I wasn't in the right headspace, so I wasn't thinking. So I was just like kind of going with it. I don't even remember how I brought him up to my apartment. I don't know how I decided that, and I don't know how, and nobody else saw that. But he just came into my apartment, laid in my bed, started kissing me and doing all that shit. And then one thing led to another. We had sex, and I was just like, what the hell? And then, dude, I blacked out at that point. I blacked out. I fell asleep, so I have no idea what else he probably did to me at that point. But later then, in the next morning, I remember waking up the next morning, and all I see is this old ass, he's not even, I mean, well, yeah, to me, old. This grown ass, not old, but like this grown ass man laying next to me in my bed. I literally yelled. I'm like, what the hell? And I was literally like, who the fuck is this? Because honestly, I do not remember me even bringing someone up to my apartment like that. So I was just like, who even is this person? I was like, what the fuck? And he was so grown. I was like, me would never hit on this person, would never like do anything with this person. And all of a sudden I see him in my bedroom on my bed, and I'm like, what the fuck? So immediately I was like, who are you? Blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, oh my, good morning, blah, blah. And then he starts freaking putting his like thing in me, and I'm like, and I was like, and then he kept doing it, and I was like, no, I don't want to. And eventually I think he got the memo that I don't want to, and then I told him to just leave. Like, I told him to get out, because I was like, who even are you? I don't remember you doing this, blah, blah, blah. I was low-key like in a weird place. I was like, yeah, I don't know who you are, get out of my apartment, please. And he gets out, and then I was just like, I immediately call my cousin. I'm like, hey, you won't believe this, I woke up with this random ass person. I don't even remember like him coming with me or him dropping me off and fucking coming inside my room with me, and then literally having like sex with me. I was like, I was in awe, and she was shook too. We were both shook, and we were like, what the fuck? But honestly, I was like, damn, was I really down that bad on Valentine's Day? Cause that shit's crazy. And I was just like, that shit was crazy. I didn't even think that I would do something like that. Yeah, so West Hollywood is crazy. Watch out when you go there. Keep your phone snatched. Like, hold it. Like, don't put it in your pockets because you will get that snatched. So just keep that in mind if you ever go to West Hollywood. And watch out for them fake ass bitches too. Like, honestly, if I'm being for real, nobody that you meet in West Hollywood is gonna be like your lifelong friend like that. Honestly, I only have one person that I consider one of my besties that I actually did meet in West Hollywood. But other times that I've thought I've had like friends there, weird energy, weird people. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is, and I'm not trying to shame nobody. I'm pretty sure there's probably some really nice people, really genuine people there, but like, I don't know, I think there's just something about the energy there that's a little weird. So yeah, keep that in mind when you go to West Hollywood, and don't end up like me. But yeah, I'm just gonna eat the rest of my cookies, even though I forgot about the review. I got too into the story. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, and I will give you more West Hollywood stories too. Bye guys. And then he starts freaking putting his like thing in me, and I'm like,